Hey everyone, it's Big Mama Maisha, your psychotherapist, and I want to talk about how people don't pretend to be depressed, but they pretend to be happy. That's facts. You see, I'm Big Mama Maisha. I love talking about problems. I love talking about trauma and drama. The more you talk about something, the less likely it will matter in your future. And I done been through so much shit that I have today learned how to cope with life. I'm tired of pretending to be happy. You know, you get all on Facebook and shit, social media, and everybody on there that is pretending to be happy act like their life is fucking together. It got you thinking something is wrong with your fucking life because you're dealing with your problems and your situations ahead instead of ignoring them. And then people make you think something wrong with you because or you're negative or you're toxic because you're healing. Okay. But that's not the truth. That you're toxic. Or that you're negative. You might got toxicity and negativity in you. Or what y'all did not those words to be. But truth is, you're ridding that shit. That's why you're vibing on that frequency. Because you're attacking what attacks you. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. And some people, they actually deal with that by being depressed. You got to be on the vibration of being depressed so that you can combat depression. When you're trying to vibrate something, when you're trying to conquer something, you got to be on its vibration. When you want to get to something, you got to be on its vibration. When you want to overcome something, you have to be on that vibration, and then you have to conquer it, and then you will no longer be dealing with it, or what you call rising above it. No matter who we are, you guys, don't ever compare your life to somebody else's. I don't care. People be acting like their marriages are bomb, their lifestyle is bomb, what they do is bomb, they're perfect and all of that shit. What you don't do, family, is compare yourself to these people because they only showing you what they want you to see. They probably got more problems than you behind that phone, that computer, or that TV. Okay, they probably got more problems than you, honey. You'll be thinking that everything is perfect and there's no problems, but the whole time, y'all, people be on some bullshit, just trying to make it seem like they don't deal with problems and complications and shit because, you know, they trying to get some money out of you. They want you to think they, you know, what they got going on is the real deal. They're like one of those paid psychiatrists or psychologists that went to an institution and learned about something, but they never went through the experiences. So they know about something, but they aren't fully aware of it because they never been through the experience. That's how a lot of these so-called spiritual gurus are and shit like that, spiritual teachers and shit. They quick to call themselves teachers and shit, but they ain't never been through what they're teaching. So, or what they're counseling, or what they're prescribing you medication over. They ain't never been through that shit. They don't know what that shit is. They don't know what your trauma is. All they know is this medication will work for that problem. How do you know? You don't know. We be paying these psychiatrists and shit to oh, well, we need you to feel better. Feeling better means that you going within your body. You going within your body. You going in your body because the body keeps the score. You see what I'm saying? Your body keeps the score. Okay, it says the brain, mind, and body and the healing of trauma. We got the brain, the mind, and the body. Now, I want y'all to understand something. It's the difference between the brain and the mind. Okay? Your brain develops as you develop in the womb, or space, or creation. Your brain develops. The mind is already there. People call the mind the imagination. All kinds of things goes on in the mind. Okay. The soma, or the body, is connected to the mind, or the brain. The brain is connected to the mind. Everything in your brain functions, and it tells the body what to do. You got different departments in the brain, and you are the head of the brain. You are the head of the brain. And you call yourself the all-seeing eye, or God, or goddess. But a lot of us got somebody else being the center ruler, because we didn't given our lives to it and stuff like that. But anyway, the more trauma you go through, it's stored in the body. That's why Reiki healers, when they heal using their tools, some people cry because it's trauma there. When those Reiki healers take their crystals and massage tools and stuff like that on certain clients, they'll tell you their clients will start crying and shit because the body keeps the score. What's going on up here is playing out down here and all of that. Okay? You have nothing but memories up here, and they're playing out in these two globes that you call eyes. Okay? Depression is telling you that you're not trying to move on from something. Depression comes about situations that you haven't moved on from. Something can send you into depression. Whatever depresses you. Whatever triggers you to go into having PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. These beings causes realities that you're affiliating yourself with. They bring about emotions that bring out feelings. These beings can use these feelings and emotions. These emotions to bring out your feelings. So depression typically means something's going on. Or somebody is bringing depression on you. You got situations in your life that you think you have moved on from, but anything that triggers you to relive that moment puts you in depression. That's called PTSD. Everybody telling you to let that shit go. Let that shit go. You got something going on. It's something going on. Let that shit go. How can you let something go if you don't even know what the fuck you're letting go? How can you let something go? You don't even know what the fuck it is. We don't realize that there is a monster inside all of us. We call it our shadow self. We call it our lowest vibration. The evil side of us, stuff like that. Some of us call it the devil. But we don't know how to heal that monster, do we? I'll give you guys, references. If you're going to take my class, you're going to need these books anyway. Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. In this book, she got almost all of the illness, infections, and dysfunctions that a nigga can go through. She got it all up in here. Some of y'all like, you said nigga. You know what? Let me explain something to you, honey. When you done heal mind, body, and soul, you understand that words like positivity may be a problem instead of nigga. But why would positivity be a problem? Exactly, because they got you focused on the word nigga. So you're not even really understanding what you're saying and why you're in the conditions you're in because of what you're saying. In this book, she has everything from weight problems, breathing problems, cancer, venereal diseases, woman problems, everything in there. She has everything in there almost to tell you what you're thinking to create it. What thoughts you're actually vibing on to create these illnesses, the infections, the dysfunctions. And all you got to do is unthink it to reverse it. It takes time. It don't just magically happen like whoosh today. You got to live through that shit. You got to be that shit. You got to become that. You got to walk that walk. You got to talk that talk. You just can't motherfucking, today it is today. That's that pretending to be happy shit. before you let that shit go, you need to understand conflicts. You done had conflicts all your fucking life with somebody or something. Here we go. Are you in denial? Especially you Capricorn energies, you number 7s. Are you in denial? Conflict. There is a gang of conflict going on. Conflict, they got words in here like failure. That is conflict when you feel like you failed your life, your children, something. That's conflict. That's a problem, okay? Mistakes, we don't know how to overcome mistakes. We be like, damn, I done fucked up. And we be punishing ourselves and then wondering why we are in a world of toxicity. Because we are the ones that are poisoning our own mind. Okay? Okay? Temptation is conflict. Okay? We need to understand what kind of conflict has been going on. Why do you have emotions and emotional wounds? The emotional wounds are when we've been betrayed, when we experience death, like your immediate family or your husband or your wife or your mother or your father. When you see them go through divorce, addictions, or even emotional wounds. What made that shit happen? What caused that wound? Abuse is an emotional wound. Excuse me. Everybody here is going through some kind of pain. What is an emotion? We call it feelings, but I think it's a difference between the two. Because emotions are spirits that rock with you, invade you, or they are here to avenge you. They're called emotions. Sometimes they're even superpowers. But they're spirits. They also call them demons and angels. Some of them are associated with jinns and genies. I call them all thoughts. Or they derive from thoughts. Because guess what? Emotions are not you just being happy. You got to think of it like this. An emotion, happy. What is something that's making you happy? It's something going on. Something is going on in your life that's making you extremely happy. You're feeling what happy is. Because if you was happy, wouldn't you be happy all the time? You got emotions like pride. It only shows up when you need it. And some of us need that shit all the time because we feel invalid. Sometimes pride is only used as tool of you're not going to make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, or you're not going to make me feel little or less than, or doing something like this will cause me to feel little or less than. You have emotions like anger. Something just, made you upset. You're not always angry. No, something just happened to make you feel what angry is. So, you're now angry. But there's a difference between wrath and anger. You have emotions of despair. There's something going on that is causing you to feel despair. Do you know what despair is? That shit is ridiculous. Just pause real quick and go on Google and just type up despair. These are emotions is ones we act on. We feel. Possession. I think that's what emotion is. Everybody has their opinion of what emotion is. But one thing we can all agree on, it's not us. You got the emotion of shame. Something's going on around you to make you feel shameful. It ain't always you did something. It could be something that happened to you. You feel shame your sister just fucked your husband. That shit is fucked up. Do you know what kind of fucking reality that is to live in? You feel shame, you just fucked somebody else's husband or whatever. But why are you going through this? Sometimes shame for some of us could be we're living in a way that we really don't want to live in. We don't like our bodies. Why not? This is the vessel you chose. This is the avatar you chose to come and fight this battle. It deteriorates. That's what it does. It deteriorates. Okay. Depression, if we go into Louise Hay book, she talks about depression. Skin infections, everything. Depression. It would be on page 28. The book is called Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. She says in one column what dysfunction it is in alphabetical order. Then she tells you in the second column why this dysfunction is here, okay, what you're thinking, okay, or how you're feeling, or what you're knowing. Okay, and then over here she gives you an affirmation on how to overcome this dysfunction with your mind and or your feeling or your knowing, which is all really, it comes together. So here, depression, she says that you are angry, you feel you do not have a right to have, or you feel hopeless. So when we're angry, we can feel hopeless. Okay, you see how these emotions come together? Okay, no, for real. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Because anger just means that you're protecting yourself. So it's something that you're protecting yourself about. You feel hopeless when you're in depression. Depression, again, also means that you're refusing to move away from something. Okay? You're refusing to move away from something. So, we're depressed when we in relationships. Right? We're depressed. Give me 1 second. We can start to feel emotions of melancholia, confusion, depression. I mean, we feel all these emotions at once. This is how we know we're not these emotions. This is how we know we only feel these emotions. We're not these emotions. And these emotions begin with thought. And thinking. So, especially if you got Gemini energy, you really, 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 really feel depressed a lot. People don't understand you. People think you got attitudes with them or you acting funny, whatever. And that's not really the case. It's just that you go through a lot of this thing they call depression. So you know what it's like to one minute be cool, and the next minute it's like, what the fuck? It's always unbothered. It's time for you to overcome that fucking depression. It's time for you to feel powerful, not hopeless. It's time for you to be the opposite of what this is. That's how you overcome it. You don't be it. You have to be the opposite of it in order to overcome it. She gives you an affirmation. She says, I now go beyond other people's fears and limitations. I create my life. Create your life. Whatever you feel like you want to do, go ahead and do it. Other people, they're going to have a fear on what could happen, what can't happen. But you have the ability to create your own life with your own mind. Don't let your thoughts tell you, oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Don't let thoughts tell you that. Because once you begin to think you can't do it, now you become, I can't do it. You become failure. Now you're feeling failure. Now you're acting in failure. Your reality is failure. You can reverse that. Okay. I'm going to do a video on different emotions. But I just wanted everybody to really understand that depression just means you feel like, you know what? How could this happen? Why did this happen? Why am I going through this? I need to get past this. You know, I'm just trying to because it's not, depression is not just one thing. Depression can be many things. People can be depressed over anything. Okay, people is depressed not only over, they could be depressed over family, money, relationships, how they look, their relationships with other people. Do they have a job, their self-esteem, anything, how they're living, anything could make people go into depression. You could say the wrong thing to people and it'll trigger depression. People don't pretend to be depressed because it's not normal to be depressed. It's not normal to be depressed at all. Hold on one second, guys. It's not normal to be depressed. Okay. We don't pretend to be happy. We just know that things are going to be fine. We don't pretend to be happy. We just know that we can overcome things that are meant to combat us or challenge us by design. You have some who do pretend to be happy, but they're really not. I'm talking about even in these relationships. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people is admired out here. How many of these relationships are admired, yet are fucking dangerous, no intimacy. It's do or die. It's do as I say. It's, suppressing or oppressive, controlling. You guys would not believe how much these people go through. Don't compare your life to nobody. Let people teach you what they are designed to. That's it. Everything else is irrelevant. Did you know these people before you got here? Ask yourself, before you compare yourself to anybody, did you know these people are these gods and goddesses before you got here? And when I say gods and goddesses, I'm talking about you as a collective, not just the ones that you guys are calling on to get things. You can get whatever you desire on your own. You just gotta walk in that motherfucking light. You gotta walk down that path. You gotta walk down that narrow motherfucking path. And y'all call it balance. A lot of y'all saying that Egypt stuff. Respect Egyptology. Your heart gotta be as light as a feather. It's no different than being free from sin. It's no different than not putting any harm on anyone. It's no different than the laws of the universe. It's no different. Depression. It's time to heal your body. Move on. Because you're doing a whole lot of shit to your body when you're depressed. You're stressed the fuck out. And it's actually time to let that shit go. And, everyone have their methods on letting shit go. But when it comes down to letting shit go, I am the motherfucking one who is not letting shit go. So for me to teach how to let it go, you please believe me. Get ready to sign up for this class. You feel me? Because I'm going to make this shit simple. It's not about not giving a fuck. It's about validating things. Acknowledging things. Not doing things anymore. And as you guys say, become on your higher vibration. What you guys call it? The Merkaba? What do you say? Floating? Okay. You gotta become what you desire. And if you're allowing depression to keep you stuck in melancholia and motherfucking sadness and all of these words that we think, then what's gonna happen? You're gonna stay there. So I'm gonna teach you how to let that shit go. Sometimes it's best to slow down and acknowledge what the fuck is going on before we speak. Especially Virgo energy on number 4. Once you acknowledge what's going on, then you could make better judgments and decisions on what you want this outcome to be. So, once you acknowledge what's going on, then you can determine and conclude what it is that you really want to say or do. Okay. Ask yourself, number 1, do this deserve any type of acknowledgement in the first place? Because sometimes we acknowledge shit that shouldn't even be paid attention to. We're not really focused on what should be focused on. We're paying attention to what don't even deserve attention. Isn't that a distraction? If it's not for your personal development, wouldn't it be a distraction? Let's go for all of you who are depressed. It's time to go through it. Is this shit fucking worth it? Is what I'm going through worth it? Me going through this hellhole, me going through all of this chaos and stuff that I'm going through. You start calling out what the fuck it is you're going through. You start calling the powers of motherfucking problems and motherfucking despair. You start calling the spirits of these fucking names, and I guarantee you shit will start to just wipe away. And you gotta walk in that light. You gotta really walk in that light. You gotta be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what none of y'all talking about. It's just as simple as ABC. And listen here, everything is either a lesson or a blessing, including you. So check this out. You're really bold because I need you so I can overcome. So I can overthrow you, my lower nature. I don't want to be you no more. That's why I'm facing you. It's called facing your shadow self. We don't realize our shadow self, y'all. And this is the self that keeps you in depression. It's the self that keeps you from experiencing true happiness because of traits of signs and numbers. I'm going to just leave it like that. And if you learn how to overcome those traits of these signs and these numbers and become the polar opposite of what you are, life is going to work for you. And as I manifest this into reality, I'm getting ready to teach you how to do the same thing. And this is for everybody who is struggling. It's for everybody who isn't struggling as well, but they want to help people who is struggling. I want to show you guys my method on how to get over depression, how to face depression, how to understand depression, how to work with depression, and how to even use depression as a tool. Because it's not about just, oh, depression, get the fuck out of here. No, you need to sit there and go through what you're going through so that you can get out of that shit. And it's going to take experiences of despair, or what we call emotions of despair. Experiences are emotions, of course. Despair. Experiences of happiness are what we call emotions of happiness. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna start these videos because I want you guys. I like to teach the easy way. Yeah. Acceptance. Acceptance is an emotion. And I was teaching rejection is your protection. So you don't need acceptance. And here, acceptance is an emotion. You're not an emotion. You feel these emotions. Even wanting to be adored is an emotion. If you're agitated, that's an emotion. If you're amazed, amused, annoyed, anger, if you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with spirits. Spirits of being betrayed, bitterness, spirits of confusion. You got spirits of confidence. Okay? Experiences or emotions or spirits of defeat. Okay? This book gives you a lot. Okay? When you're depressed, since we're talking about depression, let's go to depressed, 84. signs, signals, and behavior of depression. When you are depressed, and I'm going to tell you something before I even go down this list, I was like, I am depressed where I'm at. I noticed things about myself. My energy started becoming weaker, and I started gaining more weight. I started wanting to eat more and stuff like that. You know, I started not wanting to be bothered with people, and, you know, I was like, I'm sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was falling into depression. I was really falling into depression. So here are some physical signs and behaviors of you when you are depressed. Okay, notable weight loss or gain. Your eyes that blink infrequently. Wet or red eyes from crying. Staring down at one's hands. Lying in bed with no motivation to get up. Saggy posture, a bent neck, dropping shoulders, etc. You know, you walking like that. That shit sound bad. That shit hurt. Get you back problems and shit. She talk about this in the book too. Resting the head on one's hand. Tangled hair, overlong nails, and other signs of letting oneself go. Wearing the same clothes day after day. Let me just read some of them. Hold on. Dark circles under your eyes. Mines are clearing up, but I'm telling you. Whew, and it is hot in here, you guys, okay? I literally have been going through 3 days of being in intense heat because the AC went out. Now, I have a beautiful apartment. I can bitch and whine, but I gotta be here for 14 motherfucking months, and I've learned not to be chaotic. See, when you don't want to bring on depression in your life, okay, we'll get back to this. You stop making experiences of chaos, okay? You see, I can bitch and be like, I just got here and blah, blah, blah. But I need to remember how I was sitting there manifesting in my head how much I needed them to let me in this motherfucker. I gotta remember how I was sitting there being humble, and I humbled myself then, and I need to humble myself now. See, this is an experience of humility, okay? To teach you how to be humble. Okay, most people, I just got here, I need something knocked off the rent. You know what? Y'all help me get in this motherfucker. Thank you. I can go a few days in the fucking heat. I've done it before when I was irresponsible. Okay, not paying the fucking bills and shit. Okay, so I can work with this shit. Okay, I'm not about to go off on these people. For what? For what? It's hot than a motherfucker. I ain't bullshitting. So if you're watching this video right now, you need to stop and thumbs up, because, and I should see a this will really let me know in this video how many people watch this video all the way up to almost an hour, because you thumbs up at least 50 minutes, because you are going thumbs up this video just like this video. because we're going to overcome depression. We are tired of going through depression. So what is making you depressed? Okay? What's making you depressed? Okay? Is it that relationship? Well, it's the nigga sorry. It's the female sorry. Okay? Just be real with yourself. I know it's more easier said than done for some of you, but this is a quick jump start. Write down, just like she did on, like she said, do on Why Did I Get Married? Okay, I think it was Why Did I Get Married? She said, write down on one side what you love about your partner and the other side what you don't. And if that what you don't list is really hard or long, you know, and it's combating that good, then you need to think, is he or is she worth it? Okay? You don't know how long you gotta live. You don't know if you only got to next week and you sitting up here wasting your time. Literally. You're wasting my time because I ain't doing this or I'm doing this. I got to go to work. No, you're wasting your time because you don't know how long you got to live. And this person is wasting your fucking time. Okay? Now, I do believe in karma. But at some point, some of y'all just need to be shooken up a little bit. Are you done? When that person is trying to leave you, this is a hint that you know that you are overdoing it. If somebody is trying to leave you and you steady trying to stay in that person's life, that could represent a karmic relationship that has now ended. Okay? You guys, I am so hot. Okay? And I don't want to be in this heat, but I am, because I have things going on in my fucking mouth and my body that is coming out. Okay? And this shit is a black magic spell. Okay? But right now, we got the upper hand. Okay, and I'm not worried about them. I'm really not. You got spirits that try to bring on depression, you guys. It ain't just, you guys got to understand, your life situations, these spirits are bringing on that fucking depression. As well as your own fucking karma. And that's why it's better to, what y'all call, balance everything. And leave shit where it's at. If we were toxic before, we may be toxic again. Who says we are to be together? Is that fate? Because fate gonna assure that we keep standing in each other's presence. It's up to us to stay in each other's presence. I choose to move forward. I choose to move forward. I don't wanna fuck with you like that after the relationship was toxic and shit like that. You know, it's one thing if something happened and we can get past that, you know, versus you did something real fucked up. And, you know, I need to forgive you or what have you. It's a difference. But I'm hot. You guys, this is not me being dirty, you guys. This is me being in this heat. And me being in this heat, I'm telling you, outside walking and all of that. all kinds of toxins in this sun. I ain't never seen this coming out of my body. Change of atmosphere. I was gaining too much weight, you guys. I gained a lot. But I'm going to show myself look how much weight I gained. Everybody like, whoo, you're getting bigger. Wow. I'm like, shit. But watch this weight fall off. Watch this weight falls off. Emotions. Y'all, it's so motherfucking hot right now. I can't even motherfucking tell y'all how hot it is. But emotions is what's bringing you into depression. Now, let me see if they actually have depression as an emotion in here. Well, yeah, they have depressed. But it's something about these emotions that puts you in depression. Isn't that right? Wouldn't despair put you in depression? So you mean to tell me that these different names here are what everybody is calling demons or angels? Or spirits? Fairies? What's going on? You got the emotion of rage. Now, I wanna, you guys, we need to understand what emotions are. Now check this out. Defiance, denial, depressed, desire, despair, determination, devastation, disappointment, disbelief, discouragement, disgust, disillusionment, dissatisfaction, doubt, dread, eagerness, elation, emasculation, embarrassment, empathy, envy, euphoria. Emotions. Excitement, fear, fearlessness, fluster, frustration, gratitude, grief, guilt, happiness, hatred, homesickness, hopefulness. We got humbled, horror, hurt, hysteria, impatience, inadequacy, insecurity, inspired, intimidation, irritation, jealousy, loneliness, longing, love, lust, moodiness, mood, neglected, nervousness, obsession, overwhelm, panic, paranoia, peacefulness. Are you guys hearing this? Please, pity, powerlessness, pride, rage, regret, relief, reluctant, remorse, resentment, sadness, satisfaction, scorn, self-loathing, self-pity, shame, shock, skepticism, somberness, stunned, suspicion, sympathy, terror. tormented, unappreciated, uncertainty, unease, validation, value, vengefulness, vindication. Wow. Worry, worthlessness, wariness, wanderlust, vulnerability. Now, these are emotions. This is how you guys know that you could just take these emotions and control them. Okay? Now, we got these what we thought emotions was feelings. Emotions are not feelings. And I will be doing a video on what are emotions. Okay? But you got here what looked like different feelings. And how one is feeling because they're playing off of these emotions. Okay? How you're feeling. And even some things that you want. Okay, so it's emotions. And then you got the emotional wound. So let's try to put two and two together here. Living with chronic pain or illness. Emotional wounds. Different things can make you become emotionally wounded. If you were in a carjacking, a home invasion, a physical assault, being held captive, being sexually violated, being stalked, being treated as property, being victimized by a perpetrator who was never caught, identity theft, or witnessing murder. Emotional wounds are also those who have disabilities and disfigurements. Okay, learning disability, a physical disfigurement, a speech impediment, a traumatic brain injury. Okay, they're battling a mental health condition. Okay, I know I got emotional wounds like a motherfucker. Being so beautiful is all people see is an emotional wound. Falling short of society physical standards. When you're dealing with infertility, living with chronic pain or illness, losing limbs, losing one's five senses, sexual dysfunction, social difficulties, failures and mistakes. Okay? Failures and mistakes, conflicts, accidentally killing somebody, bearing the responsibility for many deaths. Okay? Being put in jail for no reason. Okay, caving to peer pressure, choosing to not be involved in a child's life. Declaring bankruptcy? Wow. Okay, failing at school, failing to do the right thing, failing to save someone's life, becoming, injustice and hardships, and abuse of power, becoming homeless for reasons beyond one's control, being bullied, being falsely accused of a crime, being fired or laid off, being forced to keep a dark secret, being forced to leave one's homeland. This is why everybody have an emotional wound. Living through famine and drought, experiencing poverty, being unfairly blamed for someone's death, Wow. Being the victim of a vicious rumor. Wrongful imprisonment. Misplaced trust and betrayals. Siblings betrayal. A toxic relationship. Abandonment over unexpected pregnancy. Being disappointed by a role model. Being disowned or shunned. It's a lot here. I ain't gonna go through all this. Being rejected by your own peers. Being let down by trusted organizations. Getting dumped. Okay. Appearance, abandonment, and rejection. I mean, if it wasn't so hot, I'd probably go over all of them. But you guys, different situations cause for certain kind of healing. And the only way that, you know, you're going to even get this kind of healing, I think I have to let my hair up, you guys. I'm about to take my hair down. Whew, it's hot. But I need it, you guys. I don't even look like I did at first. I look like I'm returning to who I was. Whew. Whew. I need this heat. I already said I did. I've been detoxing. You know, I got stuff coming out my face. But I don't really care because this is a vessel. So I ain't tripping. So yeah, Big Mama is really hot. Okay. And this would probably make people depressed. Like, how are you going through that? You know. How do you get through what you get through, Big Mama? Because of many reasons. It's probably not the first time I've been through it. Okay, family. Get ready to join my class so we could unleash the trauma, which includes unleashing the drama. Everything that I'm going through right now is because of my own irresponsible ass ways. Okay? And now I see how much conflict and pain it has caused other people, and you know, it's fucked up, man. I moved in here. Somebody who lived here, they just was very irresponsible and didn't pay shit, and they got blocks on everything here. Lights, gas, even a cable. Somebody said the same shit about me. Whoever the fuck stayed here got this motherfucker blocked. Because there was a few places I stayed. And I know they had to go show IDs and leases. Okay. But anyway, so for me to be here, you know, and all of a sudden the AC go out. And they're supposed to come and work on it today. I'm so glad. Because I am hot. But I'm glad that I'm sweating because I am actually detoxing. So, you know, it is what it is, okay? I'm detoxing all of these emotions. I'm detoxing. I can't have these emotions inside of my body. All of these are actions. It's what's being done. Betrayal, death, addictions, divorce, abuse. Okay? It's what's being done. It's an action. You can undo this. How can you undo death? It's not about undoing death. It's about undoing your perception of death. It is hot. Shit. Whew. I'm telling you it's hot, but I need this fucking heat. Hopefully these sprays stay up. Hopefully they stay up. If they don't, I will. It is hot, you guys. See, that's sweat. Whew. No, it's hot. Okay. Alright, family, I'm fixing to do another video. I just want everyone to know that they can get past their issues and problems. Just change your perception of it.